Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Action-Packed Tales of Istoria, where heroes and villains are made. Thank you for tuning in to our weekly D&D show, where we play our little game of Dungeons & Dragons and make fools of ourselves. So, we want to give, first of all, a thank you to Riot Games for letting us use their music. We have their little kind of playing through thing. Oh, wait, DM opening. My mistake. Got to change the playlist. So we have that little icon track thing in the bottom right corner, which indicates which songs we're playing. If you like any of them, you can check them out there. But because of that and a little bit of legal jargon within the About Us section of our page, Riot lets us use their music for free, and you can do that in your own stream if you have one. So we recommend it because they've got great music, and we give a big thanks to Riot for letting us do this for free. Awesome stuff. So, with all that said, and a little intro out of the way, let's go ahead and go open to the full table.
I'm back.
Yeah, return of Jason.
Guess who's back?
Back again.
I'm back.
Jason's back.
Oh, hi.
It's
Back
the
inside. Here comes the boy.
So, who wants to go over a bit of a recap from last week?
Yes, please.
No. Yeah, right.
We met the Dread Commodore. Everybody thinks that the Dread Commodore raised the monster. I didn't think that, didn't get that vibe. She confirmed it. Not only did she confirm it, but she put the thing down for good. It could have raised up again.
According
So,
to her.
I feel like I trust it. So then she put it down, and then we decided to kind of like tried to broker peace a little bit, make sure nobody would just outright attack her, and then we left and went starting into the woods.
Into the woods.
Into the woods.
For the king?
On our way for the king.
Said the
To-
misty thicket. I don't hear
Yes.
anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't hear anything either. Can someone check the stream to see if we got audio there?
Yeah, hold on.
Thank you, Patrick. We appreciate that feedback. Did I push a button? I probably pushed a button.
Push up it.
You got so
Patrick
many
says
buttons
no
over
music.
there.
No music. Okay. Hang on.
Yes.
Let me pull this up.
Just talking.
It is playing. That is working. Pushed a button. Yeah, what the hell? And thank you, Patrick, for helping us work this out. I can see it playing in the stream. What the hell? Spotify audio. Lock it.
Twist it. Flick it. Pull it. Pop it.
True. Cranked. Still nothing? Alright, whatever.
Well, forget you, Riot.
Oh,
Yeah.
hear it now.
Oh, okay.
Back
Yeah,
everything
it's
we
probably
said.
too. Hang on. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that's working.
Riot, we forgive you.
Right. Please let us continue doing this for
Mhm.
free. For licensing. Frito.
My buddy paid me 20 bucks to make a
Hey.
banner for his Discord server.
Found it.
There's like
Button, I
a
must
space
have
here, and I
pushed
don't know
the
what
button.
you can put there.
Okay, so
Push
continuing
up
along.
button. Push up button.
Marie VL
Yes.
had her
Like a old tattoo kind of
assistants.
knife, you know, like they
Mm.
used to get on your
Mhm.
arm.
there was
Rambo.
some spookiness about
Yeah. Marie VL said that it was some dank magic for sure. No good. Very powerful. Took a lot out of her to put it down for good. The things that were that were in the entity were like trapped in death. Their souls were trapped and tethered to it, and they were forced to relive either their dying moment or the moment that they most fear over and over and over and over and over again.
Well, that sucks.
So she laid them to rest.
But we
which is
couldn't
good.
get any information out of them before they.
Well,
departed?
it just died.
Oh,
Like
okay.
we didn't question them. They just died.
Damn.
She's got
cool
undead lady powers.
She does.
But I have a
yeah.
cowl, so which seemed to be the focus, the thing that was tethered, like the magic was tethered to.
The cowl was
Mm.
from a different period
Cowls from a different period, but
Well,
it
than the ship.
Yes.
yeah.
I shouldn't say anything. Guys, form your own pots.
Well,
So,
Anyway.
is there any magic that we know of that like spells wise, like out of character, obviously, that we could use to like get like a, I don't know, like you know how like in comic books certain psychics can touch an item and then see its past.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that. It's like a certain type of mancy or telepathy.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
yeah.
But yeah, it's object, like an object reading.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Is there
that's-
that?
Yeah. Well, do we have any?
Not
of
as
that?
not as the rules certainly have right now.
Oh,
but
okay.
not to say that something couldn't be done.
We need a mystic. We need a gypsy lady in an alley is what we need.
Magic's unknown to the players.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Divination magic.
Yeah. There might actually be something like that. to be
Okay.
honest. I could be wrong entirely.
It sounds like it would be in the game.
Yeah, for sure.
um,
Actually, yeah, I think legend lore is that exact.
See,
spell.
I knew your brain would get there.
Yeah.
I just had to feed you enough crumbs. You'd be like, wait a second.
I think that might be part of it.
Cool. Yeah, we should see about doing some of that to the cow.
to the cow.
The
Um.
towel.
For the cow.
So
Wait, what?
We have made some big decisions while you were gone.
yeah, I was
the
gonna say,
cow.
how did we tie everything up with the people of the city and I guess the authorities, and not only that with the merry band that we were competing against? Did they pay up?
Well,
We got an
The story
obscene amount of
continues.
money
Okay.
from the boat.
We did get a ton of money.
Oh, yeah,
for the
that's true,
boat.
that's true.
And then
That being
any
said, they do owe us some money, so we'll see how
Well,
their kneecaps are when we get back.
They
She-
owe us information.
she sent.
Right.
Well, we got information.
I think they were donating the proceeds to
Yeah.
the victims who got splattered in the stands.
Yeah.
So we're not getting that.
Sorry. It's not very ward-like, but it is
Yeah.
definitely Civis-like.
They can
Was that your
donate
necromancer?
their portion.
Yeah, that was my
Gotcha.
necromancer.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm a man of two purposes.
Was that Jake?
They can donate their portion of it.
Oh.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, we got bills to pay.
We did
Or
get a
Gary needs more
ton.
magic tattoos.
We did get a ton. We replenished our inventory for
Word.
party funds, which was good. So we're doing okay. Maraviel told us a little bit about Medusias' home.
Oh, word.
It's at the foot of the mountains, and there's a stone gate that we have to pass through, but it's like haunted by ghosts that are not happy. And so
Can't we ever find any happy ghosts?
she said there's really only two ways to keep ghosts away or happy. You can help them finish their unfinished business, or you can get magic protections that help ward ghosts from you, which we, conveniently didn't do or ask about before we left the city.
Wow.
So that was a good choice.
Why?
Why would we really? I mean, she also told us about they have forest protectors
Okay.
right there.
I think we found it.
That was from the bar.
And we hung around town for a little bit, and then we left and went to the Misty Thicket.
I think you're missing a very large key thing that happened the night after the fight.
We got scones.
We went to a longhouse
There were the pastries. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and somebody got wasty pants.
Important though.
Somebody received a phone call while they were drunk.
Yeah. I got drunk dialed by it. No.
No, you didn't get drunk. Though. You were dialed
he
while
dialed
drunk.
While you
Yeah.
You
Mr.
drunk
Varga.
receive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drunk accepted a collect call.
Well, I guess you did dial back several times, didn't you? Afterward.
No.
Actually, no. There was no sending spell that was cast from Bryn's point of view.
Nope. But I was not pleasant conversation company. I was drunk, and he was trying to gloat about how he sent the thing after us, and I was like, well, it clearly didn't do a very good job, did it? And he was all like, you guys are a thorn in my side, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my
And
god.
I was like, well, fuck around and find out, bruh. And, there was a lot of that. And then he kept trying to talk, and I was tired of listening to him. So then I just kept going,
Like, ah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wanna hear
Neo in the
most
Matrix.
annoying sound of the
Ah.
world?
Yeah.
So then he called Rainier.
So then he called
Mhm.
Rainier.
Oh, yeah.
Can I talk to someone who isn't inebriated?
I mean, I wasn't drunk, but I just wasn't much more amenable to it.
I mean, Dorgarian is. Does Dorgarian ever get drunk? He could have called me. But I've been like, ooh.
You got Moonstone War. Let's
No.
talk.
Yeah,
Make a
look,
deal.
I need some Moonstone ore.
Right, I
You need
should
your
have played
plan
that
to
card.
go.
Damn it.
Need your plan to happen. I need some Moonstone ore. I'm sure we can come to an agreement of some sort.
Yeah, you just gotta tell me where it's at, and we'll be square.
Definitely won't rescind this deal.
Definitely
Right.
won't
I
plan
mean,
a
he
heist.
just wants us out of Varga. Just wants us out of his hair. So if we're chasing Moonstone, then that yeah, it doesn't work.
So yeah, Rainier not necessarily the most pleasant to speak with either. More just dismissive than anything.
Well, he needs to stop being a duty-headed good queen.
What?
Who you calling a limp liquor?
Right. Okay.
Pickle you, kumquat.
What the French toast?
We went around town and just checked out some random shops. You made a copy of a map of all of the world.
The
Mhm.
whole world?
The whole world.
Yep.
Damn, I'm good when
You
I'm
got
not
the whole
here.
world in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which which was a funny conversation
Who rolled
because
for that?
well they I don't know if we rolled for it necessarily or just kind of
Somebody made a very poor offer.
yeah it
It
was
wasn't a poor offer.
there was well so going into the
It was
cartographer's
a rich
shop
offer.
Rin saw that there were basically 4 large maps of Istoria. So Ward, being the craftsman that he is, started to copy them per Rin's recommendation,
Shit, all right.
which the map maker was not pleased with because that's his work.
Right, and I'm just getting it for free.
Yeah.
Okay.
I paid him.
What if you go? What if you have like photographic memory? You just go in, you take a look at the map, and then you walk out.
Yeah.
Caleb has
Better be
done
rolling
this.
that
You still
20.
have to. You
Isn't
still
there
have
a
to
fee for
roll
that?
over
Be
multiple days to
Yeah.
draw it.
Right. I would still say that there would be, though you can remember it, the translation from memory to the paper would still require a roll.
There's also a limitation on Keen Mind, isn't it? Like
30
there's
days, though.
30 days.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's not forever.
But yeah, not necessarily the reflection of knowing exactly where each piece is, but being able to translate that to a map. I think we would still require a skill check. That said, Ward was looking at things in the shop and copying them down. So the map maker was threw out a number that he thought was going to be a bit of a problem, but not to the party. So it was 50 gold pieces? Yeah, here you go. He's like, oh. And then,
Just
of
like
course,
that, huh?
internally thought, probably, fuck.
Yep.
Could've got more.
Yeah. So, he then departed, eventually, went into the Misty Thicket, and after a few days of traveling and seeing, kind of scoping things out, there was the sight of a giant elk, beautiful white stag, walking through the forest.
It's a good
That-
omen.
Dorgarian saw, and was able to at least study to some degree, though not able to necessarily transform into it now.
Not
Maybe.
yet,
Maybe able to later.
but eventually.
And then on, along with some heavy stomping at night that could not be particularly located, but sounded like it was from something massive. And then the next day, such a creature was encountered. The treant, where I believe Sneaky Boys were doing stuff.
Yeah, we said hi, and we were not a threat, so it moved on, and then it raced us to the ball.
Well, it spotted the ball. Rolled a nat 20 on its perception check. Spotted a unusually shaped object within this forest and went to investigate. But upon seeing one of the creatures that had just more or less made itself seem like a non-threat, began running towards the ball, felt alerted, and called for aid. And when that happened, 2 accompanied treants shifted out of the trees themselves, almost forming a portal-like effect coming through them through some sort of means of magic. With a third on a much larger tree, a much larger treant, where the first 3 were probably somewhere between, like, I said 40, but it'd probably be closer to like 20 to 30 feet tall on those individual ones. The larger one would be about 50 feet tall. As it overlooks the party, a tense moment of kind of pause came over everyone.
So the larger one is only 50 feet?
Only, she
yeah.
says.
Only 5 stories tall.
I mean, as opposed to 60 feet. So only
True.
is less, 50 is less than
Yes.
60, so then only.
Still by definition a gargantuan creature.
And then
Uh,
the others are 30 to 40 feet?
20 to 30.
20 to 30.
They're still
Only.
walking trees. Yeah.
Okay.
But when I was thinking about it, I was like, actually, no, that'd be way too big.
And it's 3 and 1, right?
Hmm?
3
3 and 1. Correct.
and 1. Okay.
And in that moment where there was this brief pause where you could see all 3 of the smaller treants and the much larger one looking over everyone, Dorgiran popped his head out. With
So did Rin.
well, I believe Dorgiran did first. Because he spoke in a language that caused the treants a moment
I
of
put my
pause.
head out and cast comprehend languages, and then you poked your head out and tried to talk to it. So I think we were both out.
So you're probably casting when he pops out.
Probably. Yeah.
So then, which for the first time, Rin understands the language in which Dorgiran probably has spoken with casually among maybe some sort of small creature passing by or something, just to get some sort of little camaraderie
Yeah, yeah.
in a moment.
I'm sorry, what?
But then Dorgiran pops his head out of the dome and says,
Oh, hey, how's it going? And I did it in Druidic.
yeah. And in that moment, we're going to go resume from that pause. So,
You're not just making animal noises when you do that? That's like language?
Chirp, chirp, chirpity chirp.
Squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaking.
Noises. What do you say?
Oh, hey, how does it go in there?
Oh.
So, in
Yeah.
that moment, this large treant, the much larger one, the 3 kind of have a moment of pause, and they kind of turn to the larger one as a almost sign of trying to see what it's going to do. And as it looks at you, you see it pause for a moment with a somewhat surprised expression, as best you can tell, as it doesn't really have exactly a face, but it does have facial-like features. You see its brow furrow, and the mouth grow into a frown. I would do a voice, but I don't think it'll project far enough, because it would be a deep guttural kind of sound, like,
Right.
Last druid.
and I don't think the mic's going to pick that up, so I'll just speak normally.
Let's do it up here.
I thought about it, but I was like, plus that might be terrible for my vocal cords. So,
Hey, what are you doing in my forest?
right, yeah. That's the voice I should go with.
Hey, what are you doing in my forest, man?
What are you doing in my woods?
Yeah.
Hey, man, this is my wood.
I mean, Suntree.
Oi! No, I'm just,
Suntree is cool, so.
that's
you know,
true.
He's a bro.
That's that one.
Mm-hmm.
He just hangs out.
This one, though, looks upon Dorgiran with this kind of more angered expression, but he's not moving aggressively towards you quite yet, as he says, "The last druid to pass through these woods heralded the death of many saplings I nurtured. Their carelessness nearly brought the end of the thicket. Why should I not crush you into a pulp and shelter these trees before you do the same?"
What druid came out here causing problems in the woods? I don't know
Another
any
small
druid-
one like you.
I mean, you're not small, so.
Well, it's relative.
If
Yes,
the
so.
building calls you small, I feel like you're small.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
I'm not here to like cause any problems. We're just passing through.
They said the same. Give me a reason.
Does not being a druid count as a reason?
Kind of turns to you. I give you one more chance.
Oh,
And you can
rude.
see, like, he is on a precipice.
I lower my head back.
I mean, you can't understand him, can you?
No.
Yeah.
She just has a growling, snarling tree.
Yeah, which tone-wise you can get he's not happy.
Yeah.
We come seeking to mend ties, not break them. We have a foundling in search of its mother, and we seek to return it to its creator.
Produce this foundling.
Hey, August!
Oh, speaking of which,
Oh.
how did August react to getting his ass thrashed during the arena?
He's been,
Moping.
yeah, kind of going through some motions. But you hear, Ward, I'll have you kind of engaged in this too, since you hear August being called out from Rin. Or being called out from. You see him look expectantly.
August, come here, buddy.
August looks to you.
I'll start stepping forward and then kind of motion him to follow.
Okay. You kind of step out of the. So it's a tiny hut. It's cast.
Tiny. Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were hiding in the hut. So we're just like, Dorkian and I are two floating heads sticking out of the hut.
Gotcha.
As he looks at you, Dorian, you hear, "You bring these to the forest, these which sought to ruin it,
They did what now?
and call these your foundlings?" And you can hear this thing just yelling at you.
Just looking at you, just shaking my head.
Shake
You see him raise up his fist in anger.
What? Wait. What did they do?
These brought ruin to the northern of the thicket.
They're literally machines
How'd
of
they do
war.
that?
I have no time for questions.
What? Like, we didn't know.
Prove you are allies, or I will crush you now.
What would you like us to do?
So,
I'm more surprised you've gotten this far.
that's the thing. He is asking for you guys to show that you are not enemies.
Uh-huh.
At this point, because granted you didn't know, but you've produced something that obviously has angered him.
Yeah.
So,
Two things, technically.
true.
Which drew, like, was it
You don't know.
out of character? Was it Portland?
Out of character.
What did she do? Angela!
Yeah, well, like, we helped before, I thought. Oh wait, we did fight it.
Oh, is this the...
It
Is
was a
this
misun-
the...
These
This is the... Oh,
This is it.
shit!
consequences of our
it
previous.
was a misunderstanding, and we all left as friends afterwards.
Oh,
You did.
Did you? Doesn't
We did.
sound like it.
You did. They did.
He even gave Angela a piece of his bark to turn into armor.
Mm-hmm. But something else must have happened in that time. So,
Jump, jump.
would anybody like to make an insight check? I'll give you that for free.
I can't even understand
Sure.
what's being said, so I
True.
don't think it makes sense for me to.
sure.
Okay, then since you two understand, Gorgirin and Rin.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Way better than my 9.
Okay.
31?
31. So, from the stories that you've heard about this thicket and the guardian that protects it, you know that they, do not care for pretty much anything beyond the thicket. And even some things in the thicket they don't necessarily care for, but look after with a begrudging kind of duty to it. So, trying to glean something from what this creature may have as a showing that you're not necessarily a threat to it.
Can you grow anything?
You think
I
that
can use Druidcraft.
I'll say this.
August can grow some weapons out
You
of
need
his
to
bag.
present more proof, evidence that you are not a threat, that you have nature in your interest. And given that this creature is a treant, I'll give you that probably something related to plants would be a good thing.
I am no help in this. I have lots of destructive abilities, not lots of...
I mean,
Anything
I
else?
can make flowers bloom with Druidcraft.
With your 9, you think, I'll say this, you think that you could try that, but you don't think that that's probably going to impress this creature. So,
Do you have any items?
I'll say this. Though, the growth is often associated with nature. I mean, death and decay is part of it too. Things do have to die for other stuff to grow.
Mm-hmm.
We can bring bodies if that's what it wants. Bodies.
Bodies, bodies, bodies.
There's a bunch of them back at the Coliseum.
True. You're talking about the people or the ship?
Yes.
Okay. Think more of maybe your exploits.
Like something we've done.
Let us sing you a song.
Maybe like some town that we helped clean the taint out of.
We try to protect the land, not hurt it. That's kind of our main deal. Like, there was this cursed city, you know, was that south?
It's south.
To the south, they had this big curse on the land. Nothing would grow. We lifted the curse. Things grow now. They're black and white, but they grow.
You see this anger kind of like he wants to start this and just crush.
And we killed hacks that were like trying to enslave denizens of the forest so that they could be free to live out their lives in peace.
We also killed the dead.
See him start to slow, like kind of his temper, his rage, kind of calm a bit.
And there's this thing that's trying to rip the world apart and open all these wounds and things. We're trying to stop it.
With your 30, I'll give you this one too. No effect with that.
No
last
effect
one.
with that one.
But you see he's kind of calmed down a bit. Speak more of these things you've done. The taint you've removed.
Oh, to the south there was a portal to the Shadowfell. Oh, and it was spreading out necrotic energy that was corrupting the land, stopping everything from growing. We managed to close the portal and it's starting to heal.
See him kind of. He has a stern stance to himself. His fist trunk now lowered, and he looks to you all. Show me.
I mean, we can head that way. It's going to take a while, though.
Hey, Vadir. Can our friend come out of the forest? He could show you.
See him look quizzically out of the forest.
I'm standing right here.
Oh, I thought you were still hiding in the trees.
No, I ran towards the bubble.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, we're still. The dude is still between us. Right? Because we wouldn't have made it back.
to the bubble.
Yeah, you're a little bit behind them. You're probably just like slowly walking, like okay. And then once you like kind of probably saw them, like you're in their line of sight, you're like, I'll just stay here.
Well, I mean, right there. Can you show him Pharaoh Fall with like major image?
Can you give me an hour?
I don't know that we have that kind of time.
Can you give me 10 minutes?
Can you
That
give
is
us 10
no
minutes?
time for us.
Oh, okay. 10 minutes. You got it.
Which you spoke in common, I'm sure.
I spoke Minotaur. Oh, I spoke Celestial. That's what I did. I'm cool. Yeah. You give me 10 minutes. I'll use the frozen log.
Cemetery Queen, give me a reroll. I don't know if we're gonna need it, but
Okay.
thank you. That will be fun.
Ooh, harsh.
Do you believe them? Oh.
Should have given you a disadvantage on that 31.
Jeez.
I'm kidding. That would have been brutal. So,
So bad.
after some time passes, which, as this creature indicates, it's no time for him at all. You sit there and you like swap spells, or how's that work?
Yeah, I use the frozen log, which gives you a short rest
Right.
in the span of 10 minutes.
Yep.
And then I swapped out for major image,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay. So, with that, I'm gonna ask you to make an intelligence check. Or, you know what, I'll say charisma, because this is your spellcasting ability that you're doing here.
Okay.
To try to depict as best as you can, because like you produce the image, but if you want to go into great detail as to what all you're kind of trying to show, then this is going to be almost like a performance check kind of thing. So I'll give you your skill proficiency on top of it too.
Okay. That's plus 9. 25.
25. Okay. So, which can you double check on major image? Exactly what you can produce with that? Is it just a static image, or is it something that you can move and change, and manipulate?
Play
I
a
think with
little
major,
movie.
it's yeah.
You create the image of an object, creature, or some other visible phenomenon that is no larger than a 20-foot cube. The image appears on a spot that you can see within range and lasts for the duration of 20 minutes. It seems completely real, including sound, smells, and temperature appropriate to the thing. You can't create sufficient heat, but can't do damage
Sure.
with it.
Right.
As long as you're within range of the illusion, you can use your action to cause the image to move to any other spot within range. As it changes, you can also alter its appearance
Gotcha. Cool.
so that it appears natural for the image.
That's
So
what I
show
thought.
it before and after.
Yeah. So, what all do you show?
Moonstone Guard, post Moonstone Guard.
I would try to show it the night that we arrived when the corrupted centaur and the quicklings came out and were attacking the villagers and trying to take them to the stake.
The Bodak Horseman.
Bodak Horseman
Mhm.
and the unholy pyre.
Okay.
And that we had to say, we tried to say, we saved the people that were getting attacked, and then I would show them that
As you start showing him these scenes, you can see him almost disinterested as he looks.
I would show him.
He only cares about the nature stuff. He doesn't care about the
As Dorgirin kind of throws it out for you.
in Minotaur.
Yeah, there you go.
I would transition to the areas of land around where Darwin was staying, where it was like corrupting the land with the blood of the creatures, and like how the land was tainted, and then like those like black blood spots everywhere, and like how it was killing the like land itself in the water.
See him look to you. And he actually says in common, more.
More.
I'm trying to remember what else was there.
Show me after.
Do you want to see where it came from, or do you want to see what happened after?
Both.
Okay. I'll show him. I'll mention that it was underground, but this piece here was what was transferring the energy of the rift or
So-
the tear.
So you show him the portal.
I was gonna show him the pyramid first, and
Okay.
then go to the portal.
Remember what else was in that pyramid room?
The runes.
Does anybody, well, do the other 4 people at the table remember what was in that pyramid room?
What else was in that room?
Mhm.
There was the pillar. The pillar thing that was outside with all the runes on it that was sucking energy and stuff.
I haven't gotten to. I was gonna go like tiers because it was like pyramid, then the rift, and then below was the undead.
Well, there was pillar,
Oh yeah.
rift, pyramid was beneath.
Sorry. Yeah, I meant pillar first.
Gotcha.
Because there's the pyramid was with the undead forest.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the answer I was looking for.
Okay.
Oh, the undead forest.
And
No.
so-
Those necrotic, pulsating trees of just horrible energy.
Oh yeah.
it's being like
Mhm.
transferred up.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the conduit towards moving the energy to the surface.
You see him just like, he pulls up his arm. What of the trees?
We'll go straight to them then, and I'll go down to what
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay.
go to the undead forest below
Hmm.
with the pyramid, and then like as best as I can give the essence of what it felt like there.
Just sorrow and death. What came of the trees?
We raised them and allowed the ground to renew. We burned them so that new trees would grow.
And it's with that, you see his stature relax. Although you see a bit of almost sadness in his face. An unnatural sickness was spreading through the land, and you stopped that. Give it a chance to harbor new life. He gives a nod. You are a friend of the forest. but even friends make mistakes. See him pausing with you all. I can speed your journey along, but if you are truly a friend, I have something to ask of you.
Ask what?
You see him look to Ward now at this point. You. What do you know of your maker?
So, I will give him a full telling, like with notes, like actual notes, and drawings and sketches and maps and
Chronological order.
yeah.
On this day, we found out this tidbit about it.
Yeah.
Right. And then I will explain to him about August's situation and why we're, why we're traveling through here. That is why we're traveling through here, right? Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Trying to take the baby back to mommy.
since he's got time, I'm gonna lay it all out on a stump for him.
Yeah.
He's got time. We ain't got time. Right.
As
So-
he's telling, Rin breaks out the bag of bounty.
Right.
This might be a
Starts
bit.
cooking.
Yeah. You see this massive treant look at you. You missed one detail.
I get a blank piece of paper.
Fix these trees.
This creature is an evil one. One of malice and uncaring for anything beyond itself. Your maker came with creatures like yourself and sought to bring ruin and destruction to this thicket. I watched her cut down trees I raised, from nut to sapling to full-bodied. Brothers and sisters. And worse yet, she took one of them, still alive. One of the guardians, as he gestures towards the actual full-on treants next to him. And I do not know what happened to it. I cannot leave these woods. I do not know how you feel about your maker. If betraying her means returning my kin, can you?
Dig it. Sorry.
Can you dig it?
I'm gonna use that reroll.
So Ward will kind of like contemplate to himself for a moment. He feels very neutral about his maker, Medusias. He just has questions more than anything. There's no, I wouldn't say there's no compassion for his maker. Ward tends to automatically lean towards giving things as many chances as they need to be better. And he always tries, or not always, but as far as he can remember, he's tried to identify with why something would make the choice that it would make. He cannot believe the treants or the big guy's words when he says that my maker is pure evil. He cannot confirm nor deny that. He doesn't believe that anything is truly pure evil. Everything makes its choices and does its actions for a reason. And he'll express that to him by saying, like, I don't know exactly why she made us, but I suspect it was mostly as to be a workforce or an invading army, but I have a feeling deep down that it's because she was alone. And that might give us an indication of why she has taken one of yours. I'd like to give her the benefit of the doubt, but we shall see. We have to take August back where he came from. I would like to get answers, and while we're there, we will try our best to negotiate for the peaceful release of your family, and we'll see where things go from there.
This is acceptable. If my kin is not whole, as I suspect she may have harvested from him, you can recover their heart. I can do what I can to bring them back.
What is so special about this particular family member of yours that made her choose them and not any of the others?
There are some, and he looks at the other kind of ironwoods, that have more basic needs. But this one was special. These ones walk the forest and keep to it, tend to it. But the one she took was special to me.
Ah.
Beyond that, I will not say.
Okay.
We'll make it a priority, big guy.
Tapping as you kind of tap against him. He looks like wood, but it feels like metal that you're hitting against. It is more firm. There's like no softness.
Is there a bong?
Oh,
No.
you are
Bong,
solid,
bong,
my
bong.
friend.
You work out? You do Pilates?
Just kind of give you a nod.
Impressive.
Strong core.
If you're ready, I can send you to the edge of the forest.
Perfect.
Sure. Yeah. Get out of your hair. Branches. Leaves.
Grass?
Moss?
See him look to you. And she doesn't. There's no reaction. As he walks over to one of the trees, not the treants, he walks over towards it and kind of places his kind of hand-like appendage on it. And as he does so, you see the tree begin to split as this kind of portal opens up within the center of it. And as you look kind of through it, you can see on the opposite side, there's this kind of swampy space beyond you. But you can also see not a massive field, but not a small one either. Many stumps at the end of the thicket. He looks to you all, says, "Good luck. And if you do find Medusias, do not hesitate to end her."
What's your name?
My name is Iron Limbs.
Iron
Iron Limbs.
Limbs. And what's the name of the one we're looking for?
Medusias.
No,
No,
the
your
one that was
kid.
stolen.
Seemed possible. His name was Steelheart.
Steelheart.
I thought he was gonna say Junior.
Iron Limbs Jr.
I know.
We're
Never-ending
all
story.
steel limbs.
Ah.
We're about to steal some limbs.
So,
Go through the door.
He,
Run through the portal. Run through the portal.
hey, Iron Limbs.
you see him still holding it open.
Have you ever tried the acorn diet? It's nuts.
Daruk runs through the portal a little.
There is
Sprints through the portal.
Gargarian just picks her up. He's like, "Oop."
Time to go.
We're done.
Did he laugh? Did he smile? Nothing?
No expression change. Just a
No.
blank one.
I thought play a humor would for sure do it. Maybe when we bring his kid back.
I'll give you on the inside check. He wasn't sure if you were making fun of him or not.
Oh. No, we're
Rainier
gonna make him
contemplates
laugh. We're
going
gonna make
through
him
the portal.
laugh on the
Oh.
return trip. I'm getting a smile.
As Ren steps through the portal, it closes somehow, cutting her in half.
Just cuts off. Yeah. No, not in half.
So
just
this
just
is a
your foot.
Krakoan gate.
Just your foot. So, as everyone eventually hops through the portal, you find yourself on a field of many cut down trees. You're at basically the last one among the tree line. As you look, they're just stumps. Whatever happened here, there were many that were harvested. And you look beyond this kind of field, and there's probably it's probably a football field's length. And it stretches for miles, where this has just been cut into. But as you look beyond, you can see the Ozone Mountain Range, much closer now. But you also see these thick, kind of boggy wetlands in front of you. And these would be the Gamir wetlands, according to your map. Which actually, pull that up. Go to the map. Go to the map. Nope. Asia. Boop. All right. There we go. All right. So, see if the map looks good. Well, we can pull it up. Let me rearrange the camera a little bit. We'll zoom in a little bit more since we're getting more to a localized version or localized space. Tip cam. Control, zoom it on in. And we're gonna pan. Nope, pan was fine. Tilt. There we go. Love these controls. You're gonna pan them. There we go. Perfect. So, and the map depiction is more of more like a wetlands area than like a big river that runs. Kind of just this very watered down space that has mostly runoff from the Ozone Mountains. Or not runoff, but like glacial comes down and just kind of suffuses the land with water. So, look forward, have a path in front of you. And that was happening, I think it was about mid-ish day. So anything else you guys want to do? Talk about, reflect. That's it. Yeah. This is a scary tree.
He was a cool tree. We're gonna make him laugh. We're gonna bring his kid, partner. We're gonna bring that one back, and we're gonna make him laugh. It's my new life goal.
Not sure you guys got him to pause for so long. Or he punched you.
Well, I'm wondering what that other druid did. They don't sound like very druidy things.
Yeah.
Throw a bunch of saplings.
Yeah, that's odd druid behavior for sure.
Yeah, it's not very druid of them.
Yeah. It's not kosher for sure. Anywho, who could hit this face? Look at this face. Why would you not pause?
Yes.
Why did you look at me?
I'm curious what your response is to that. I find it to be a very punchable face. But I have lived with it for quite a while longer.
Very tempted to do like a dash slap.
Feline agility.
So we're essentially on the other side of the Misty Thicket, where this river
You're on
thing
the northern
is.
side of it. Just
The
south.
northern side is swampy.
Yes.
We're not in the Gamir wetlands, but we're on the other side of that
Look,
river.
It is what it is, man.
No, we're in the game here.
We are in the Gamir wetlands. Is that not what it's called?
Give me your wetlands. Yeah.
Come here. Okay, come here.
Come here.
Come here.
Come here, wetlands.
Come here, wetlands.
Give me.
I need to change names on things. Apparently. Yarr.
We will always find a way,
It's
Tony.
true. It's the plight of every DM.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know, you could like just not give us any context, just give us a bunch of names and we'll see if we can make something out of them and then
Okay. And the ones that you can't, they pass.
yeah.
And the ones that we can, the most.
Also pass.
Right. Right, yeah. It's extreme. It's everything that
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
That one's reaching.
yeah.
Okay.
Out of the woods. Yeah.
Are there a bunch
Out
of
of the
tall
thick of it.
trees? Like, do we need
Out
to
of
fly
the
above
thick
the
of it.
trees to see anything?
Sorry, one more time.
Like, are there tall trees? Or, like, do we need to fly up to get the lay of the land? Or can we kind of see?
So
Around.
in these wetlands do kind of approach. So the thicket is basically, it's not just obviously forest, but it's a hilly terrain. So the wetlands is more of a lowland between that and the Ocean Mountains, kind of carved out
Okay.
like off the melt from the mountains themselves. So you do have a decent view of everything. You've got several miles of terrain to get through. I mean, put a number to it, probably somewhere in the realm of like 150 to 3. So you still have days of travel. And unfortunately, going through wetland, not the most fun journey to get through, but it is kind of what it is. However, you guys are a pretty high-level party now at this point. So I'm not going to just be like, okay, what's appropriate for wetlands? Let's do an ancient black dragon just hanging out in here.
Appropriate.
Yeah, just to make it a challenging encounter.
I mean, what oh no. No, trolls. Those are really popular.
That's true. That's true. But you guys are beyond trolls. Unless I threw like 20 of them. Which I could do, but that would be a very long and arduous battle. And I
Didn't get ambushed by what? Was it buggers and trolls? Or was it just trolls? Like 5 or 6 of them?
Hey, you remember that time we ran into an ogre?
Hey, just throw some wolves and bandits and goblins at us just for old time's sake.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
Just let's have some fun.
Yeah.
It's like you versus a room full of
That's when I
5-year-olds.
die.
Right. Just how many can you clock within a single hit, and then you have how many left after that for the next?
There's a special species of ogre that's only found in Sweden.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. When I heard Jackson, or no, Scott, wait, Scott, she was Scott.
Scottish.
Yeah, he was Scott.
They all have an animal companion, and it's always a donkey.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
But
And
that
then
donkey
also-
is magic. It can
Yes.
speak, or at least it's awakened at the very least.
And
Maybe-
it is best friends and or mates with the dragon that is also in.
Okay, now we're looking it together. Okay,
Yeah.
I get, okay. So while traveling the Gamir wetlands, you find- if you guys want to fast track through this, I'm fine with that.
Sure.
I do have encounters for this space, well beyond its level now at this point. You'd be basically fighting will-o-wisps, which would be annoying and not a threat for you guys, given that you have like plus 12 to hit or something. At least some of you. So plus a lot.
Plus a million.
You guys have been saying plus a lot since like level 5.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Like,
Has
if
it been
I roll
true?
double digits, I'm hitting.
Pretty much. Like if you're above a 30, there's no.
Oh, I meant like
nothing.
on the dice if I'm rolling more than double digits.
Well, right.
Yeah.
But yeah. So over the next few days, you hear.
Ooh.
So over the next few days, you're traveling through the wetlands, and it is unfortunately a bit of an arduous task as you are moving through what is a very swampy and not easily traversable terrain. Gorgiran, you find that your Gorgon, while able to navigate, is actually having a lot of trouble with this. You're really having to pinpoint spots that you can move him through, and given that it is a large-bodied creature with hooves and also made of metal, it's prone to sink. I'm not going to put you through an RTAC situation because I have a heart.
Appreciate you.
I don't. I'll do it. I'll roll.
I put it on my back and I carry it.
Right, yeah. Which, like, and then you find yourself thinking, you're like, I have 2 contact
You're
points.
like,
It's not working.
I'll
well
be
either."
fine, and you throw the Gorgon across.
Yeah,
Actually, can I do anything with like?
Wait, we have water walking and stuff.
That actually would work for this too. Which
Water
would make
walking count for mud.
it would, yes. Because it's like a water-like terrain. And honestly, these wetlands are so suffused with water that you're pretty much water.
I've been through enough damn wetlands in my life, so
Yeah.
Ren's just riding over
Level
him.
west, specifically Missouri next to the Mississippi and Missouri rivers.
yeah, it was. We made them, like literally made wetlands.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, yeah, for sure.
But we also designed berms to, get in and out.
Right, absolutely. And you find some natural occurring ones that do allow you to traverse, but it's not without danger. And unlike Lord of the Rings, these ones are not suffused with the dead of many different armies. You don't have to worry about that all happening.
That's great.
These are more just naturally occurring ones. Granted, there are dead out here for sure, but nothing like nothing like quite like that. So.
Does it smell yummy?
Face plant into
So-
the water.
Traversing the wetlands is about as difficult as traversing the thicket as moving through the thicket, and it being this more hilly terrain. You have to find spaces that you can easily move up and down through these bits of elevation, canyons and things that you have been moving through. So this space takes about another 3 days to
While we're going through, Ren is flying, and I'm just like
Actually, no, I'm sorry.
trying to.
6. Because you don't have, you can't use a cart cube, so you're just walking, which also reduces your head.
And I'm not trying to be funny with this. Does it really matter how fast we're moving?
Yes.
It
So-
does.
Again, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just, I don't know.
No, for sure.
How long is it taking us?
6 days.
For a second there, I thought you said 6 weeks, and I was like, it took us 3 weeks to get here.
And these wetlands
Suck. Why did
No.
we come here? Can we just leave, August? We're close, right? Like,
you can make it from here.
you're basically in your backyard.
No,
Just
right?
go.
Call your mom, have her come pick you up.
Yeah.
I think I tried to
So, after a good 6 days of travel, you eventually do get out of the wetlands. And you are, good. Need to pull the string so I can see where my mouse is, because I can't see it otherwise. Whoop, there we go. Alright. It's time to play Where's My Mouse?
Where is my
top left.
mouse?
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Where is your mouse?
As you traverse through the wetlands, and it takes a long... So you came out right about here.
So, am I starting to recognize this at all?
Where are we? Oh, I see.
No.
Yes.
I
This
see.
is where
It was
Gamir
blending in
Wetlands is
with the layer
where I was
on this
trained
part.
by people who taught
Oh,
me.
shit, you're right, yeah. Forgot about a big part of your origin.
Yes.
Is this where you,
I forgot you existed, really.
is this where you landed? Is that what you said?
Brutal.
Damn.
But you know what? If there's
No,
not
is
that
this
lot of
where
disadvantage
Rainier
for it to
landed
stick
on the
because that was
continent?
pretty-
Is that what he said when he came here?
I mean, credit where it's due.
Oh,
None of us saw
Lord.
that coming. So, but if there's a better pun or anything, then
Man,
Well, maybe
Rainier.
that's it. Maybe since I'm used to these wetlands, it took us 5 days instead of 6.
I'll let you roll for it.
Oh,
We're gonna get the strict
Some
D20.
undead water.
No, just high or low.
How low? 7.
Okay, so nope.
Rainier-
You're able. So this almost plays more to Rainier and the way he
he's
is
so
too.
frustrated with us.
Navigating through the wetlands, you're like, yeah, guys, come on, what's going on? And you're just kind of like hopping around all nimbly bimbly, drinking milk from a saucer, and
I got milk. Nobody.
right. But yeah, as you're able to navigate through them easily, you're unfortunately more frustrated as the rest of the party is not able to. So, on brand. So, as you moved originally, so you popped out here, and it took you about 6 days to move through the wetlands because they are difficult to navigate to get you right about.
Rainier, can we talk about the fact that you trained to be a blood hunter around? No, I'm just saying in general. You in the Gamir,
Uh huh.
the Gamir wetlands is where you trained, and the hag that you were scouring the world for
But that I also,
was in the woods adjacent.
first of all, I mentioned that last time. Second of all, when I encountered her, it was several continents away.
But I'm just saying.
That's a way.
Right.
Did you forget how to drink there?
Bubble in my throat. Yep.
Oh no.
I hate that.
Yeah. Bad when that bubble's also
Radio.
partially rum.
Mm-hmm.
And they're part soda. So,
Delicious.
yeah, delicious, but
Yes.
so, as it took you 6 days to get there, you eventually do kind of cross through, and you notice that the and a lot of the Gamir wetlands is forested, as it is kind of more of that boggy swamp where you have a healthy amount of trees throughout this area. But you do see that the kind of wetter space around, kind of huge pools of water you have to eventually trudge through, do eventually give way. You're now in more of a typical kind of forest. Elevation still fairly high. You did have to kind of traverse this pretty decent hill. But you get to a point where it kind of levels out a little bit, and you find yourself in woods. So, as you cover one more day's worth of travel, you find yourself nearing what is actually about the base of the Ozan Mountains. You can see them not terribly far off from in the distance. Probably close to maybe like a couple, say between 5 to 10 miles away. When you do see that there are a couple signs of what may be like path or trails. Could I have somebody, 2 people, roll a survival check?
Yeah. I do.
Undead water.
You're out of that.
Undead trees.
You're not near that either.
Bay trees?
Undead mountain?
Okay, so this is just your survival check being bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not undead water or undead trees. I don't know what we're doing.
I got you.
Fe-
Okay.
Fiendish dirt? I don't know.
Yeah.
How many people?
I did.
So 2 people can roll.
Survival.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead. You do it.
It just tells me advantage. It doesn't tell me why. Simits. Yeah.
Oh, you just-
No, it's Fabian right there.
Oh,
But it just, on the skill thing, it just says
just
A.
advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dorian, what'd you get? 16? 16? Cool.
I have 16 plus 6.
Okay.
22.
So,
I rolled a 9 plus 7.
pretty good. Both pretty good, though.
Pretty good rolls, guys.
Both definitely satisfy the hit you're looking for. So, among some of the trails that you've been walking, and they're more the kind of naturally occurring ones that you see either probably some sort of fauna would travel through. You do find what also look like bits of stone that have been kind of almost consumed by nature once again, that kind of give way to what look like actually paths, like full-on walkways, and lost to time. Not sure exactly how old they are, but given that they've been partially consumed by the earth and plants of this forested area, pretty ancient. But that said, you kind of get what look like the loose pathways of what looks like some sort of civilized space. Ruins likely, but you find. And these pathways, as you kind of trace them, do lead northwest, closer toward the mountains.
Would you guys like us to take a pop up and see what we see on the way? Ahead.
Get shut down. I'm not worried about that. That's terrible.
All right. Hop on the broom, sir.
A whole new world.
A whole new sky. Look at those mountains. They're way closer.
Went from there.
So you fly up,
Yep.
breaking through the trees.
Mhm.
Go ahead and make a perception check. Much easier DC, naturally, or unnaturally.
23.
15.
So we'll do the 15 first. So, yeah, mountains a lot closer.
Woo!
Which you have a beautiful view of them too. Like they're
Yeah.
these snow-capped ones that, which you'd see from the distance that they were definitely snow capped, but now actually like getting close to them, seeing them. I mean, it's this scenic landscape that I don't necessarily know that Ren has seen before, especially not this close.
No.
You're almost just kind of captivated by
Yeah.
it. But you also see not terribly far the kind of northern sea off in the distance as well, which it's a beautiful space. And you can see why when kind of pointed out that there are remnants of civilization here, why people would definitely want to live here. It's scenic, absolutely. And you can see that kind of northwestern, where you've kind of been given a heads up as to there's a pathway that leads in that direction. There's a bit of a clearing out towards that way. Can't quite make out the details. Does kind of nestle itself near the base of the mountain, but you can see kind of a gap in where the trees are. The route, though, with the tree, you're able to kind of focus on that area for instance, pointing this out, giving this a base plan, so you can kind of focus on that space. Looking there, you do see what looks like as best you can tell anyway. And there's some a bit of obstruction with the tree line and everything that you can make out some geometric shapes, some kind of hard lines at the base of the mountain. It's pretty large. If you had to guess, somewhere about the size of a tall building. But you can definitely get a kind of a hard line right through where the trees are. Your eyes spot it. It's difficult to make out really good details, but you can see that there's like a clear, like kind of almost like hard cliff face or something. It looks stone, so there's no true real discoloration from where the mountains naturally reside. It's like rock, but like a kind of a lighter stone, which blends in with the rest of the landscape. But you do make that hard.
Can I make out roughly how far it is?
So where you're at, it's probably about a good like 7 miles. A decent height.
I'll go out.
Mhm.
And it is it's getting, so I probably was a little preemptive with this. It is, you're fine?
Oh.
I'm good. Oh, thank you.
No.
Yeah, sure. I'll take Dr. Pepper Cherry. First, hey,
Uh-huh.
that's fine.
Do you want
Mine
any of
too.
these? My eyes were bigger than my stomach.
I
not
did
gonna
get them
eat
with you
all.
in mind, as well as the
Yeah, I'm sure.
cherry coke.
And I broke that off. I didn't bite it.
So
That light went off, and I was like, it got hot.
right. I was preemptive
know.
with the
I do not.
with
I
the
like them all.
moonlight setting because granted I should have just left it as it was, but me being the way I wanted to be with storytelling,
Mm-hmm.
you're currently where it's about dusk. When you probably arrive at this space, it will be moonlight.
Our favorite time of night.
Oh
Day.
yeah, nighttime.
Night.
So you're probably about a good 7 miles from wherever that space, that kind of clearing is, and that's interesting shape within the mountain.
Hmm.
Imagine that's as far as
Mm-hmm.
did it seem like it was like hidden intentionally, or
Based off what you can see, it doesn't look like it's necessarily hidden, but just you don't see any signs of civilization there now. More just, kind of a bit of a clearing, trees, and that kind of space, but you don't see like there's no sign of smokestack, you don't see any real movement through the trees or anything. See, this area is largely kind of just abandoned. You've seen small critters and things before, but no people. So, you guys kind of descend, moving back to the trees and rejoin the group.
about 7 miles to go?
Is it like exactly 7 miles?
Roughly 7 miles?
You said about.
How many is that?
About-ish.
Probably still 7 miles.
How many lengths of Gorgon is that?
Ren takes her foot and puts it next to your hoof. How does it measure up?
I would imagine your foot tiny compared to his hoof. So, although you're not the most bulky minotaur, but still, I would say the average minotaur is still bigger than a human.
He doesn't skip leg day.
I'd be like, less distance than human feet.
Like, how do we know about miles? Yeah, because even one night they're all different size.
I've checked that real quick. Talk amongst yourselves. Continue RP. I'm not here.
Why does it go feet?
The deer, have you ever ridden on the back of my broom while I was on it? So you're too big?
Yep.
Okay.
I make fun of him like that.
What's the weight capacity? What's the carrying capacity?
400 pounds?
Yup.
Pretty sure.
I have not ridden on it. I rode on it once.
You rode
by
on it
myself.
once by yourself. Yeah.
I'm like pushing. I think I'm like 3 something. Not
Yeah.
yours, but
400 pounds.
You're a Tempest Cleric? You don't get like Nimbus Cloud or some shit?
17. As long as you're outdoors.
That's pretty good.
I mean, I'm really
That's
hoping one day
fair,
we
but
come across a flying elephant.
Big elephants.
Is that a reference I'm not getting?
That's what Cold Room is. Because he's full.
They might be up here.
Oh, I was just thinking Dumbo.
I was too.
Yeah.
When
I never
I
realized-
see
I
an
never- I
elephant
never put that
fly.
together.
Till just now?
Till just now.
Yeah.
Cold Room could just be a,
That's right.
a grown-up Dumbo.
Yeah.
That controls the grown-up, not Dumbo.
Yeah. Very spiritual line.
Lightning. And is
Mhm.
Russian for some reason.
You're an awakened
Well, I mean-
Dumbo.
It takes flying, horses fast. Russian.
Words.
Oh.
Russian everywhere.
I can't
Take that
help
back.
but picture like flying fat man with a trunk from Dune.
Yes. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, the Baron.
All right. So, as you continue traveling northward, I did figure out that the lights were off. Well, north, west.
What are we gonna say to her while we're walking?
Hello.
And then what?
You have
Tree
the
guy
Moonstone
told
Guard.
us to kill her immediately. So
But
I
I'm not
like
saying
that
we're gonna
tree.
do that. I'm just saying. My
mm-hmm.
name is Budir. You killed my friend's friend. Where did I?
I got a
You
reference.
killed my new acquaintance, semi-allies, friend, son,
I
brother.
get the impression these two will.
And then
Who are we meeting up with?
Medusias.
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about someone else. My mom. My mom.
Ward, I have a feeling that probably the best idea is to take your lead and then if you get taken over by some brainwashy nonsense, we'll try to bonk you back to reality.
Long.
Do not
God.
allow me to endanger any of our friends.
Actually, you know what? How about while we're walking, I'm gonna give you a pre-bonk bonk.
But how about a death ward?
Wait, you're pre-bomb.
Why is my punk filter on?
You only do that to like knock people out of charmed effects,
Uh-huh.
right? But like,
Yeah.
it doesn't ward people against that, though, right? No offense.
No, but I have
Would that be offensive?
It was a joke. It was just a joke.
Oh, okay.
Ward people.
oh
Very confused. I was like, what are we?
It was just a bad joke. Because yeah, I'm
Warforged are people too. Ward Forge.
I think that's all it was doing. Was just you were hitting people, and you had the ability to.
Hmm.
I don't think there was any sort of special ability about breaking charm effects.
No, I have the ability to give you guys advantage against charmed effects,
That's
but
true as bard stuff.
Yeah.
Counter charm. I think is what you're
counter
looking for.
charm.
But that's an action. So
It is, and it only works until the end of my next turn. Is what I was reading.
it does not work the same as Baldur's Gate, which is baloney. Yes. I like Baldur's Gate's implementation of it. I think it's
Yeah, I thought you could, like on your next turn, use your action again. That's what I was.
It doesn't
You know
say
what
that I
else I
can't.
like about Baldur's Gate? They don't give any stupid ass rules on who can and can't use scrolls.
oh,
If you
yeah,
find a
sure.
scroll, you can use a
Anybody
scroll,
can
and
use
that's
it,
what I
right.
thought scrolls were supposed to be. Because like, if it's just people who can cast those spells and whatnot,
It takes a lot of the fun out of it.
there's no. It's just like it's for them, only them, when they run out of spell slots.
Yeah.
I want to cast Fireball too.
Yeah, but you can't.
Watch me.
I will not give you an item that allows you to cast it just out of spite now.
I mean,
You
as
carry-
anti-magic as my guy is.
I was gonna say, who
Because I
needs
think-
magic? I just need oil and a match. I saw this bone in here.
Do some barrelmancy and a little tinder and flint. You're good to go.
Because I think I was
Fireball.
like looking into going rogue, like subclassing. I was like, oh, maybe like arcane. No, I can't go arcane trickster because
Yeah.
I'm just not magic bad.
I love Arcane Trickster.
Oh, for sure.
No, character-wise. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I don't.
No, I'm playing another campaign with Christian and Kelsey, and I'm playing an Arcane Trickster, and it is fun.
I just like I'm incapable of.
We'll get you a bit. Don't worry.
Yep.
Not working.
Hey, no, absolutely
You tried though.
not.
for
I
effort.
appreciate the attempt. All right, so as you continue, wait, was there a question? Are we pending on a question?
We were
No.
talking about what we were gonna say to
Right. Thank you.
That was
I wasn't. Well,
I was gonna say
I was providing sarcastic commentary, as usual.
So I'm pretty much just gonna wing it. I'm gonna see what her attitude is towards her first, and then, if it's favorable, gonna ask her as many questions as I can, and then go from what information I get from her, if anything. Then, yeah.
Shaker.
Yeah. Well, we need to like deal with the August situation and deal with the stolen treant. Treant?
Treant.
I will be on stabbing duty. Stand by.
Okay.
I will be on stabbing.
More slashing.
I'll be on blow it up watch.
I like the word
I'll be
cleave.
on
Yeah.
magical
Yes.
stab.
It sounds like what it does.
True.
You'll be on bash its head in duty.
Good onomatopoeia.
I really thought you were referring to me for a second because Bash is my name on so many
Yes.
things. I was like, what?
No, nope, I was referring to Dorgirin.
Chose stabber.
Yeah, actually, I haven't played like a true on bruiser.
Dorgirin came to take names.
But yeah,
and
that's
chew bubble
pretty
gum.
much my plan. I don't.
All out of
All
your
out of.
I just have to base on what we're gonna do on one, her demeanor, and two, what she tells us.
Sounds like a plan.
What if she's not there?
And then we're dropping August off and be like, well, you're home, buddy. And then we're gonna loot the place.
We think that she's like totally takedownable, right? Like she's
Out of
Probably.
out of game session, is she
no.
approachable?
I don't want to know. I just want to know if we get into a fight, we'll figure it out then.
I think we'll figure out pretty quick. I do have word
That
of
would also be my
recall
answer.
ready,
Huh?
so
That
if
would be
the
my answer.
shit hits the fan,
You don't know?
circle up, and we can
Okay.
leave.
That is a good plan. I like this plan. I
Let's
like
rate it
having
then.
an exit strategy.
One person at this table knows exactly how difficult she could or may not be. So I appreciate your silence in this matter.
Oh, okay.
Right.
How you doing over there, buddy?
Dorgirin may answer in a way that is pretty on brand with character, I bet.
I mean, oh yeah, it
Oh,
doesn't tell me
yeah.
much.
We're gonna smash her head in.
Check her for Moonstone.
yeah.
I'm just saying we've killed everybody else.
Does she have
We had to.
Moonstone? If the answer is no, we kill her.
No, if the answer is yes.
And the answer
And
is no,
if
we
the
kill
answer
her.
is no, we kill her.
You didn't have it? Well, now you gotta die.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you do have it? Well, it's mine now.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, you're gonna die. I like it.
I don't want you coming after my moonstone, so if you're gonna die.
We can do this the easy way or the hard. You either give me the
You
moonstone
chose
or
the hard
you
way.
can take the moonstone.
See, I really thought you were gonna go. We can do it the easy way or
Moonstone
the
weird.
easy way.
And I'm coming for that
It
stuff.
goes my way or my way. Either way. I get the Moonstone. You don't know.
So as you continue northwest,
Yeah.
Searching for Moonstone. Really.
yeah, it gets
The entire time.
Are you divining rotting?
Yeah, divining rotting.
He's like rolling over like fallen logs. Moonstone? Nope, just Akuna Matata bugs.
Still moving.
No, no.
Tuna, like,
Yeah.
bugs.
And as you
This is the
continue
best
moving,
thing I've heard.
no hits. But as you continue moving northwestward, you get towards kind of close to the edge of the clearing. And at this point, I'm going to ask for a perception check from the party.
All of us?
That bounced.
Sure. You know what? Why not? We have done a good group check for. Actually, we did one last game. We'll do it again anyway. Okay.
Rolled a.
So Daruk's eyes are
Smooth.
special, as per usual.
You said perception.
He has it.
Such sights to show you.
That's an 18.
I see. Actually, everything. It's really surprising.
That's us.
You have dark vision too, right? Perfect.
Okay.
Oh, haven't they? You.
I got nothing, bro. Want
Right.
my roll?
Did you roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
9.
Total?
9.
Okay. Okay. You weren't here for a week. Let's not forget about your monocle.
I was gonna ask you that over Discord.
And then just
yeah. I can't remember what triggered you bringing it up during that combat fight. Did I get hit by electricity? Did I hit someone with electricity?
No.
And was that it? That wasn't it. I can't remember what it was when you were like, your monocle does a thing. I was
You
like,
used Archangel.
oh yeah. I knew it had something to do with electricity.
You have a
but, like,
monocle?
not the word jolt.
Yeah.
I do have a monocle. I just need to like get a little mustache and a bowler hat. Bob, get in there. Anybody play
I had
Overwatch?
no idea.
See, I'm just imagining the Shogun gentleman.
Oh yeah.
I pictured the Monopoly Man, although apparently he doesn't have a monocle.
Not like, if you got a moment, Google image Bob from Overwatch. That is Ward.
Outstanding. Need to look up something really quick. Talk amongst yourselves. Actually, sorry, I called for check and then I'm
You
like, hey,
did.
talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
I can do both.
Send
It's
chat
cool.
into a frenzy.
So,
Sitting. Having some light.
unfortunately,
Talking
this is going to be an active one. Since you have now approached a point that is kind of on a precipice of where this forest now gives way towards a bit of a clearing. You look out and you see Daruk. You absolutely see it. And let's actually go through. So, Ward, unsuccessful. City or
17.
okay,
Probably 5
okay, you're good too.
18.
Okay, good. And Ren,
19.
19. Okay, so everybody but Ward. Sorry.
Wait, you going
August?
to 11?
Tonks.
Yeah.
Oh.
August, Tonks. Tonks, August.
You want to
No,
roll
I'm just-
for them? Sure.
I don't care. No. I do have a question though. The site of the area.
Yeah.
Does it trigger anything in Ward? Do I need to roll a history check or?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
But we will get.
What is
So-
perception? Oh, it's +5.
Roll for PTSD.
Oh, you got a nat 20.
All right.
I still have it
Let
pulled
me.
up from combat when he decided to die immediately.
Who's that?
August.
He's real good. He's real good at the passing out thing that you do in combat.
You know, it's been nice having to control him because then he passes out and Rainier's still good.
You have a kinship with the NPC you took on.
Even has a built-in stabilizer.
Oh,
want
speaking
that.
of which, I'm glad you brought that up.
August might be better at passing out.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about him. We can just grab him and go.
I'm still disappointed that he doesn't automatically wake back up.
And is it safe to say that between the game session that I skipped and whatnot, we all got a long rest?
Oh yeah, you have
Because I didn't heal after that
Yeah,
fight, and
no,
I didn't
you-
heal Tonks either.
passed through several days of that together.
You've actually been up the entire time. You have 5 points of exhaustion.
Right. Yeah.
And we're not even sure how
You
you're
didn't sleep at
alive
all.
right now.
Everybody asked you to, but you just said I don't need it.
Right.
So
Then you must ward.
So as
And
as
we
everyone kind of
believe
looks out over the space, you see what look like these faint figures moving, kind of almost floating about through the air. As you look on, you do see what look like ruins of probably a small town. Now, once again, also reclaimed by the force, was fallen simply to time. As the trees gave way to this opening, you can see what looked like the kind of rough geometric shapes of what looked like probably to be a road, maybe building here and there, and some walls, most likely the smallest bits of them still stand. Most of them with vines overgrown or bushes, shrubs that have kind of reclaimed this space. Some trees that they've sprouted in the area, but not fully grown, either stunted from inability to grow or potential. But you do see what look like these vague, faint humanoid figures floating through the space. Some of which you can see have bits of their kind of all form presented, where they have legs, they look like they're walking, almost just carrying about the day. Others you see are missing features entirely, no legs at all, just kind of a torso, no head, or just a head. It's a space that is eerie and spectral. Everybody but Ward notices this.
Wah, wah, wah.
So you said so these aren't ghosts. Physically body creatures moving about space, or are they spectral? Did I mishear the word spectral? Or?
No, you heard the word spectral.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's, I would say spectral to say the least.
Like, was that like a polite so many times you can say the word spectral?
Spectral?
Spectre? Spectral. So, Ward, as you're a bit occupied with thing that you kind of recall about that moniker. Say what, can I have you make an Arcana check? We'll just say that by sheer happenstance, this is the moment when you thought,
I'm gonna tinker.
come
with
on,
it.
I can't see shit out here.
Oh, okay.
Which, actually, you don't have dark vision naturally. Right?
Nope.
Right, yeah.
I don't think so.
You're basically being led.
I imagine that your like subconscious has been turning it over and turning it over, and finally it's like, there it is. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
They can build robots, but they can't build a night vision.
17.
17. Okay. So, when those sparks shot off of that monocle, granted, you've come across many a magic item. In fact, made some. Or at least infused some items with magic yourself through your artificer. But when those sparks shot off, it was triggered almost by the surge of magical energy that came from you when you used your arcane before. You've been trying to kind of piece together or possibly recreate that. You haven't really been able to. But in this moment, you realize that there's something. I mean, it wasn't just a sheer fluke. There's something special about that.
Okay.
And normal magic items, at least the ones that you've been carrying, none of them have shot sparks at all. So, to say it's unusual is given. And in that moment of pause and thoughts, you then kind of break your focus. We'll come back to it. As you then look up and you see the same sight. So basically, you see it.
Okay.
And, like what? This is kind of a space that you're in. I can make a history check.
Okay.
As everyone looks on this, the Rook, you're the first one to notice that though this space is haunted, for lack of a better term, your gaze kind of goes back to Ward and the people that you're bringing. August force it, but then you glance towards Ward, and Ward is blank expression. Your eyes emit light?
Yeah, it's my diodes.
No light emit. Ward, as you're brought back, you have a memory flash before you, and you temporarily, effectively off.
Hmm.
You see a space before you, one vibrant, full of life, as these various individuals you've come to know through a couple of travels. You see yourself walking through, and you see these elves looking at you, greeting you. You don't hear the voices. It's all kind of warbled murmur. But they greet you with friendly expressions, and you see a town before you. I'm walking up, and it's a very pleasant space. There's no signs of danger, no signs of any sort of worry or warning.
Do I feel feelings or do I smell smells? Like, do I feel sunlight?
You feel the sunlight. You smell the smells. The only feeling you have is comfort, ease, calm. And as you're walking through, you see this massive stone archway. And in that moment, you feel this kind of slight tinge of fear, but excitement. It's a moment of almost bated anticipation. And that you snap out.
Oh.
Your eyes light back.
A few blinks.
Mhm.
Tick, 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 tick.
And perfect. Okay, you earned the dice. You earned that dice. Emergency ward.
Okay over there, Ward? Okay.
I do not know. I was someplace else. I look around for Tonks. See
Yes,
around.
Alright, assume looking up at you expectantly, maybe.
Yeah, I just kind of stare at him for a moment and I don't know why, but just as I stare at him, it's like when you have a thought or a memory of something from when your childhood or a really long time ago, and it reminds you of something, but you just cannot place your finger on it. Just as I see him, there's something there, and I can't really figure it out. And it kind of locks me up for a little bit. I can't seem to break out of it, and then it just drives an urge into me. I need answers. I need answers sooner rather than later. So I'm legally blind. Can someone lead me? Can we go?
Did you see the girl again?
The girl? No. Saw a beautiful village in a golden sunlight through woods, and there are many people nearby, and they all seem really warm.
I'll make one more history check. Is that this place? At advantage.
Okay. That's better. 22.
You didn't see a girl, but you felt what was like a small hand
Small hand.
in yours.
Where's
A child.
I love it. Did you guys see the Asterian version of that?
No.
Somebody animated it with Asterians.
Oh my god.
Perfect,
That is the most on-brand thing
right?
ever.
Okay, well then with that, I think she was there, but I can't be sure.
What did they look like?
I didn't see her, but I felt her, and then I looked where Tonk is, and that's kind of where, like, he's indicating that he felt where she was.
Is the village that you were at? Landscape's the exact same.
Is it? It's like the stone.
Buildings no
It's the
longer
stone
standing.
arch crumbled, but they're the nubs where it used to be. And so, in a very robot way, I kind of recreate the image in my mind, like, oh yeah, if this was there, this would, yeah, this is the place. And then I would like to reference my maps.
Okay, sure.
Can with okay, I guess with the map of the world that I just observed and jotted down, could I cross-reference that to any of the maps that I found in the library that me and August kind of scrambled and did, layovers, and see where this places us in the I guess at the edge of the misty thicket.
To what end?
Kind
of.
Because
What are you looking for?
I believe at some point we had discussed in my research, and this is obviously out of character and stuff, did I get a reference to an ancient town that was here thousands of years ago? And I'm trying to place, is this that town, and do I have a name for it? And does that name do anything for me?
Okay, so I see where you're going. I wasn't quite so.
I know, it took me a minute to...
Old town.
Yeah, old town.
Yeah.
Been away for a couple weeks. It's okay.
Right.
Welcome
Yeah.
home.
Welcome back.
So,
I don't know.
as
It's a
you
good recognize.
spent, I mean, a considerable amount of time. I'm not going to ask you for a roll. RP the hell out of this part. As you kind of piece things together and look over some of the more ancient bits of text you found, there was a town here at one point, and as you kind of piece together, this is that space. His name is Elmona.
What was it?
Elmona.
Almona?
And there was an elven town once too.
This down. I need a new layer. You go away, new layer. Give me my pen back.
By all accounts, it was millennia ago that this town was once removed from the world. Suspected to be during the second.
Given that I am a magic practitioner interested in the transmutable abilities of energies in the world, and I have read cover to cover this hag's journal many times about transmuting and converting souls and all of this stuff. And we're under the impression that Medusias smote this village. Isn't that what the treant said?
The almighty smite.
No? Oh, okay. He didn't say that?
He was indicating that Medusias would have brought full ruin to the thicket.
Oh.
And that she'd
Okay.
dealt damage
Okay. The thicket specifically.
to.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
But we know that Ward was created by Medusias, but Ward is having memories of humanoid-like creatures. Would Rin start to get like a tickle in the back of her mind, like something isn't adding up here that feels bad?
Or something is adding up here.
Yeah.
It still feels bad.
Right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something off about maybe the way that she created Ward in August. I got a bet. Probably can't put it together.
Honestly, I would say that at this point you're just arcane. There's
Okay.
No check necessarily. I think
Okay.
Rin, given the time you've experienced together. Sure.
Now we don't.
No, I don't trust. I want to so bad, but like Rin is like sus.
You're living here.
Sus.
That was just way too easy time.
Yeah.
Low hanging fruit.
Um,
So yeah, what does Rin say? Hello.
You don't get something from nothing in this world. Certainly not things with souls. we know that you can change the nature of something, like that dragon that was being changed into a Shadowfell dragon using abilities pulling from other realms. Ward, I'm not so sure that you were always like this.
Oh, I got it. I didn't catch it at first. I had to piece together.
I said, Ward, I'm not so sure you were always like this.
I don't know how to bring this up because it's like with my character being the faction he is, and like it says part of it is obsessed with that transformation from like life to death. Would that trying to figure out how I could do this in game of trying to like, 'cause I think like character wise or like player wise, I'm pretty sure I know how this happened. So, but it's like or not pretty sure. I have like an idea. Anyway,
Just speak his name.
I mean, well, no, I'm
So,
Say what you think.
I kind of think I know where you're at.
You should words.
So you would have to. So since you know your enemy, right? You study your enemy, and
it's just I think the exact wording is fascinated about the transformation from life to death, and so I'm guessing that there would be a way to capture that moment and that transformation from life to death. You can probably take that and put it into something.
Essentially, it's energy, so I don't see why not in
I mean,
theory.
the fact that we can die and be brought back, don't just stop existing.
But I also, well, you can only be brought back once and then never again.
YOLO, twice.
3 times?
Lady. 4. All right. Yep. I need
I
that.
thought about that.
I had to do
I've
it.
used Scrolls of Resurrection on what's his name, but I don't know how many times. So
I thought, what's her face said that she could only raise them once and then she had to then once they die a true death.
maybe that was
She could
for
only
her.
bring them back. Wasn't it that she could only bring them back as like an undead? And once the undead,
The way that she does the bringing back.
she's not resurrecting them. She's just
So-
turning them
Different
back
kinds of
undead.
being brought back, I guess.
She's
She's
repurposing
reanimating
their.
corpses.
So that all being said,
Here is
hey, it's pretty sweet.
We're near
Meow.
RP.
Here
Let's
we go.
do it.
I haven't seen this since I started this tabletop.
Oh, eat it.
I rolled dice.
Yeah, it's a dice game.
Oh, you're mostly right.
You just tell me when to roll the dice. I mean, if she created that, you don't just create sentience. She captured sentience. And put it in there. What? She captured sentience.
I was like, what?
I bet she captured someone's sentience and put it into the constructs.
But what we don't know is whether the reason that they lost
You should move this
sentience in
mic.
the first place in their original body
Probably
was
her.
because of her or not.
Probably
Because
her.
she could have been doing something nice.
How much do I know about Medusias?
Get
Nothing.
How much do I know about Medusias? Can I roll?
We don't know a lot.
Yeah, make a history check.
That's not great.
That's a name. The town that Ward knew the name of. What was this town? It was Elmont, right?
Elmona, yeah.
Who
Did
actually?
you say that out loud?
So yeah, when I was like cross-referencing my maps and my research, yeah, I would have like spotted it.
It's like buried too. It was a difficult find, but given all
Yeah.
you've done, you got
I'm assuming no Fae Fiend or Undead. Listen, I because I actually
question you don't know. Yeah.
okay. So in
Ward,
that case, 8.
Ward,
You know
the
as much as
people,
anybody said.
the people in your visions, do they look like the people that we encountered in Milavarna under the tree? Do they look like the drow?
Oh, the drow? No.
Why are we doing that?
Ward would know of the type of elf, right? I've come across them.
The ones you like were
Saw in my
your vision.
visions, yeah.
Yes, yeah. They're a mixture, kind of like both wood elves and high elves.
So yeah,
Okay.
I would describe them as wood elves and high elves, and I would describe their clothing. It wasn't, they weren't like a rugged people. They were elegant, and they had like long silk green robes with gold trim, filigree, and they were very beautiful and peaceful. They had almost no reason to have any sort of town guard or any sort of military. They lived in harmony with nature, and
Place of balance and culture.
yes, and their village wasn't just shacks in the woods. It was very refined structures made from exotic woods and stone carvings, and
The civilization.
yeah, it was not a small town, but it wasn't a city, but it was nonetheless remarkable. And then he'll say he remembered a great stone arch that used to be here, and kind of points where it would have been, and then it was just very peaceful and welcoming here.
Oh, I thought he was done. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, but I want to rinse her.
That sounds beautiful. I'm a little worried how, if you were of these people, how these people were wiped off the map, and how she got your soul, your essence, into what you are now. And August, he's young. You're at least an adult. But August,
I mean, I think, what if August was shut down for a while?
yeah, but I got a child, like a teenager feeling from him.
Right, but if he shut down with the rest.
Maybe. Well, yeah, I mean, his soul could be.
old, too.
Well, I mean, technically you both are ancient. But I mean,
Yeah.
when your soul was placed, I get the vibe that you were an adult and that he was possibly a kid who started to grow up, or he was a teenager and was newly forged. But he could have been younger, and he just ages slower because you're warforged now.
So yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking, actually, I personally thought about this later, and knowing the stuff I've been reading about, like, necromancy and particularly like liches and how they save their own souls and can put them in items. Then also I had another idea a minute ago and I just forgot it because I distracted myself. That was my fault. Actually made a lot of sense. I could put it
It would have been great.
back. Listen. The idea was there. Just pretend the idea was there.
Rainier throws out a great idea.
Profound, Rainier.
Wow. Tink, tink, tink.
That's a thinker for sure.
Or
Right. Oh, no.
Not even necessarily that he is, but it sounds to me.
The word that comes to my mind, and this is obviously out of character, is homunculus.
Yeah.
I mean, so my thought process, we had a hag trying to create more of her essentially
Yeah.
by doing all these different things. Why wouldn't Medusias be trying to create Warforged in her own little army by taking already like souls from like this village she destroyed? Oh, that's what it was. Where exactly are we on the map? Are we like in one of these places?
The misty
No, we're
north of the
up
misty
in
thicket.
here.
Like up in here,
So to the little further west,
like
of where
towards
you
the
were.
point.
Yep. There's the smallest, faintest line, hard line
Oh, I see.
above the woods in that space. Ironically, I forgot about that point. So when my description to Daruk was that you see the faintest hard line beyond the trees. I was almost literally just describing the map.
That right there.
Yep. There's this tiny little like
Where?
almost like looks like top of a T
No,
above one of the
here.
trees.
Where?
I just didn't know,
Right.
like, if I had heard about this town when I was around, or like,
Oh.
another town.
You would have heard about the
Oh.
ghosts haunting the area, but nothing about it. Nothing
Maybe
about it.
those ghosts are what got me into the Ride of the Dawn.
Or potentially some that were in the Gamir weapon. The undead do well.
Yeah.
Not as prevalent. So,
Hmm.
I would turn to August at this point and ask him if he had any thoughts on everything that we discussed, because this is all new to Ward. Like, he's had all this information, but till Rin and Rainier started like trying to like theory craft it, Ward never put it together, and he's kind of taken back by it. He's in a little bit of a shock, like, because Ward just thought it was. Ward never thought that he could have been anything else. He just knew that he existed and that he had a purpose, and he didn't know what it was. And those are the answers that he's seeking. It has evolved into, well, now I want to know where I came from and why I was made. What was my purpose before this? Who was I before this? And why has this happened?
so you kind of link with August then.
Yeah, I'm gonna link with August and with everything that we're both hearing from these two. Like, what is he? Is this sparking anything in him?
Kind of looks back to you and physically. I've always been August. I am August. I'm going back to where I was made. You were returning me. I was not anything before this. You can make an insight check.
It's nat 20 on the dice.
Okay.
Plus 2, 22.
Gotcha. So whether it be willfully or otherwise, you can detect that at least part of him is refusing to put these pieces together. He hears it, and
He
there may
won't
be at least
consider the possibility.
He's
there
too
may be at least
young.
part of him that does understand. He understands it, but whether it be his own choice or not, he's not happy.
Oh, so there might be, well, this is obviously, Ward's not putting this together, but there may be some sort of a mental blockage.
He also
That's
might be too
preventing-
young.
Yeah.
His
Well,
brain
we
might
don't
be
know.
trying to protect him from, something that would cause a psychological break.
Yeah, it might send him into some kind of episode.
Yeah.
We don't know the process that made he and I, like, the effects it would have, old versus young, all the variables, like what were the conditions, and were we even made in the same exact process, or was I like a earlier prototype and he was a newer model for more obedience and
Yeah.
less faults and things like that? So
Ward,
so go ahead.
do you want to keep searching? Do you still want to know? Because we don't have to push this any further. We can leave it alone. We can return August and not ask any questions and leave. Hopefully with the, treant. But it's up to you. I don't have to keep picking at this.
Yeah, so Ward will be kind of saddened by that question. He would feel that if it were you, would you let it go? If you didn't know where you came from and there was a possibility that you had a life before what you've known.
That's a tough one because I do, and I like my life now. So I've never gone searching for my parents.
Yeah.
But that's very different than potentially having had a completely different life that you don't remember and could. And having something inside you telling you that you should find it, whatever's missing.
I feel like with the discovery of August, there's a potential that there are others like us out there. And I don't know enough about my past to determine whether I had friends or family that could be current living Warforged. And even though we wouldn't know anything of our past, there would still be the hope that from whatever means she had created us, there might be a means to undo the process and we could regain our
Former self.
former selves. And it may be a long shot and a pipe dream. Pipe dream.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's absolutely paramount that at least answers are gathered. And even if we couldn't come to that conclusion, at least we could say we tried and we could live our lives as best we can, as I've been doing since my awakening.
Even if what you find is really sad or scary.
Yes. I feel that with all the things that we have faced, there's nothing that the Moonstone Guard cannot overcome.
Well, you know we always got your back, buddy.
So we walk.
So, have a number of spectral entities in front of you. Decide press roll. Do you want to? Did you want? I'll blink my eyes. There are undead in the area.
Got him.
Do it.
Had a feeling.
Same. Got special powers. So as you see countless ghosts, apparitions floating in front of you, you do.
What did they do?
Anyway, Chris started blasting.
Die, undead scum!
I was between two worlds of, do I start poking them with a radiant sword or do I like investigate?
Just just a
So
thought.
now you want to be different.
These could be Ward
No,
and
I did not
August's
say-
neighbors. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah, or
And-
family, loved
And now
ones.
they're ghosts roaming aimlessly. I'm helping them out.
We don't know that they're aimlessly roaming.
When have you ever seen a ghost wandering around that was
Baravio said that they might
He
have
says that
unfinished
as if
business.
we've really seen ghosts wandering around at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we usually say that before we can observe.
okay, you guys.
I.e. the
thing.
Krixar. Let me ask you a question.
I was surprised for Deer that
Uh,
Rin after he asked her that question.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
This is true.
I want to
Like
look go back into my knowledge of undead and how often are ghosts not wandering aimlessly or what generally causes a shit ton of ghosts to just exist and not like what keeps them in ghost form instead of just moving on?
I got you. Okay. History check with advantage.
Um,
Or Arcana. Or
Well-
actually, no. This would be actually,
Massacres,
technically, this is revolving undead. This
cataclysms,
would be a religion check.
okay, we'll do that.
subdivisions.
Yeah.
Trying to-
you rolled an advantage.
Build
I
on
rolled
Indian
two
burial ground.
because I was like, this is obviously undead.
True.
Oh my
So, for the amount of ghosts that are in this space, only a very traumatic and very likely violent kind of cause would have so many ghosts created at once, assuming they all created at once, and not allow them to move on. Whatever that cause was, is still yet to be resolved.
I don't have a way to talk to ghosts, do I?
Speak with dead. Got that amulet on you?
Eat a corpse.
Oh, do you? Yeah, you
Have a
do.
functioning
Also helps. Yeah,
Are these
pretty much the bare minimum, you know.
Are these shapeless ghosts or do they have any discernible features?
As previously described,
I'm
walking
sorry.
in the area, it's fine. Some of them are full body form. You can see them just walking around as though you saw just basically a see-through person.
Are they just like civilians?
What's that?
Are the ones that you can? Are they like civilians? They're just like people.
Yeah, they just walk around. I mean, granted, their attire is somewhat elegant.
Yeah, but I meant like they're not. It wasn't a.
You don't see anything like that. Like most people do, which is an interesting point. Some of the ghosts you may have encountered in the past were armed or armored.
I mean, I assume like the ghosts we fought on the boat thingy were probably armored because
they were.
Right.
Well, to some degree, like they were at least leather.
Yeah.
But these, no, they walk around in just clothing, elegant clothing, but just clothing.
there was some catastrophic event here that probably killed all of them at once.
Did you sense a disturbance in the force?
Swear to God, I'm gonna stop.
I recommend not.
Huh?
I recommend not doing it because she actually has a ship. She can get you back.
My next feat is gonna be Mage Slayer.
Yeah.
Why'd you take Mage Slayer?
Rin.
Who's Ren?
Come across these casters. Just the one caster, actually.
She won't leave me alone. Right. So distractions aside. Yeah. So they probably are all the remnants of one giant catastrophic event. That's what keeps this many ghosts in one place without letting them move on. So if you can talk to one, sure, but chances are some big thing happened. And if we're gonna find Medusias around here, she probably knows what the big thing was.
You think she is the big thing?
You think she's that old?
Probably.
Like millennia old?
Who says they're millennia old?
So,
Ward?
yeah.
Second cataclysm
Like,
is when this town
out of
dates
game,
back
when you
to.
watch like things like Ghost and whatnot, or shows. They're usually
Huh?
categorized in two different
I think Ward was pretty sure.
categories. Yeah. And one of them is ghosts that are aware of everything that's going on around them and how they died and they're aware that they're dead. And then there's ghosts that died so fast and so instantly that they didn't know they died, so they care about their lives and their routine in a loop. And I'm kind of wondering, what do we got here?
I don't know.
Religion?
So actually, you want to?
She is
Okay,
actually
well, I don't know
very,
how
very,
Ward
very
would explain that because he's not a ghost hunter.
old. We don't know
True.
that, but
This would be
We-
his
we know
life.
she's
I mean, it's not to say that it couldn't be some sort of knowledge that you have esoteric.
Okay,
So, you want to make a religion check?
that I read in a book because I read books.
in all likelihood, she
so-
probably smoked the town.
Ward recalled a book that he read, in his many book readings, and
Was it the bird book?
huh?
Bird book?
No, a different book.
Definitely not the bird.
Cliff note in the bird book about Medusias.
Yeah.
Yellow Crescent Warbler. By the way, also unrelated.
That's pretty good.
You know what also warbles? Medusias.
Um,
Something excited about. Right.
so
Just
he recalled in a book that he read on undead and ghost and specters and poltergeists is that a lot of ghosts get separated in two different baskets. In one basket you have ghosts that who have died, and they know they've died, and they haunt, and you know they're aware of their surroundings and everything. And then there are other kinds of ghosts, which are like poltergeists, that died so fast and so terribly that they're unaware that they're dead, and so they continue to live their lives out in a loop. They do their everyday mundane tasks, and then it starts over and over and over, and that's how they haunt.
So, is there a way to sneak past them or identify which one we got on our hands?
Well, I'm gonna run a religion check
Okay.
to see.
If they're the second, walk past them.
Right. Can we go around?
10.
Pretend like we're natives too. You know, like, oh yes,
Oh,
the
plus
market
an
is
E6.
great today. Peach is
You're
my
like, hey,
favorite.
it's just
16.
Hey, it's up to DC.
yeah. And in fact, that was pretty crucial. Because I was gonna say at 10, it's kind of hard to tell. You kind of honestly, you can't discern. Or with the 16, gonna have to nerf that class for sure. D6, man. That was so handy. Actually, you know, it's really just that I might need to restrict it to like only combat, or you know, something else like out of combat. So as you look about, you kind of see these spectral figures kind of floating about. You see them almost in, not necessarily a loop per se, because you're not necessarily but you can see them floating about in spaces and interacting with objects that are kind of moving about and doing things that reflect likely that they're the second category, caught within a loop of whatever life they once had, unaware that they are truly gone.
Okay.
So act like we belong. There goes the baker with his tray like always.
Perfect.
Or Shaun of the Dead.
It just kind of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
reverse.
Well,
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
So with what he read about poltergeists that don't know that they're dead, they shouldn't probably even notice us unless we disturb whatever it is that they were working on. Like if you see a worker with a hammer, don't get in the way of where his hammer swings. If you see someone walking a path, don't stand in front of them and let them pass through you. They probably won't notice you. They're probably just going to continue with their lives unimpeded.
So slowly, cautiously, don't touch anything. Got it. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Hey, what are you doing over there? Is this agreed upon by the party?
Huh?
You guys doing?
Yeah. Sure. Why not? Make it
Can I get a don't be suspicious check?
away. Don't be suspicious.
Here's how we're going to do this. This is effectively a group check, but it
Does
is
that fall under the treat yourself category?
not quite. I appreciate the references though. Obviously, Parks and Rec. So this is going to be a group check, but there are 3 different skills in which only 2 people can assist with any one skill. So it's basically 3 and 3 split. However, guys want, or I'm sorry, a 2, 2, and 2 split. However you want to contribute to the check. So there's a stealth component to this. You're wanting to try to avoid these specters moving about and effectively dodge them, kind of maintain your moving out of the way. Acrobatics or stealth would both apply to that. There's a performance check. You're wanting to try to integrate with them and just present yourself as non-interfering and being part of whatever is going on. And then the last one is your perception check. If you're trying to just keep an eye on things and see if any one of them is moving into a path that you could help avoid a party member from interacting with, or assist with potentially.
No athletics.
No athletics.
Gonna push the ghosts out of the way.
Yeah.
I feel like I should definitely perception check of all of them.
Can I just climb over the buildings or whatever is left of the ruins?
I will.
So
You
that
know
way
what?
I'm out of the way of the ghosts.
I will let you roll athletics. To just basically sprint through them.
Book it through.
Huh?
Just gonna book it right on.
Like I see a
Basically,
path.
yeah, yeah. You can find a
Cheese
path.
it.
You know,
Your way.
Uh, I'll say this. Drew, if you want to give a perception check to give Dorian the path, and then however well you roll.
So 20.
Is it a clearing and we just have to get to the other side?
It's like a path up a
Can we
hill.
just use the hither thither stuff?
Yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine too.
Negate this whole cool.
However you guys want to do it,
Have a
but I
little
would.
thing planned, that's fine.
No, we can do it. We can do it manually.
No.
We can totally do it
I
manually.
gave you the
Looks like calculating the angles and all that, and it's all
You're
a portal in the back. Oh,
Yeah. Start running and behind you, as this burst of energy. So, okay, so Daruk, your perception check also, given that was a natural 20, would also give Rin the purchase that she needs to be able to land the opposite side where the staff is going to happen. Because I think, if I recall correctly, you have to be within a certain number of feet to cast the other one.
I
Or is it
think
just
it's as
line
far
of
as you
sight?
can see, yeah.
Line of sight,
5,
1,500 feet, I think.
15. I remember it was
1,500 feet, and then I have to be able to see it.
Okay.
Has to be a
There
flat
There you go.
surface.
that's a lot. Of
Yeah. If you want to pick the mountain, just you're pretty funny.
That's a lot of feet.
We will get to the opposite side. Just the safety part
Yeah.
may or may not
Oh,
play
no.
into.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow the track of the endless loop where it's just like cliffside.
Oh,
to
right,
the
yeah.
ground, You just
Yep. Like what we were doing at Plasmas.
30 minutes.
Until I close it and you fall to the ground.
I mean, up until I feel like terminal velocity, yeah.
Right.
You don't have a lot of air resistance either, depending on where you're at. So,
We're in the mountains, aren't
yeah.
there's like a threshold.
Could get real
for
sick
speed.
real quick. So, as you head into this staff, on the opposite side of this, or to pop it into the ground and then...
I mean, I really wanted to act,
No.
but
It is a perfectly acceptable solution for this.
we? He wouldn't have gave you the item if you weren't going to use it in clever situations.
Absolutely. Plus, that means you can't use it later, so even better. So,
not true.
oh yeah, you only have a certain number of charges per day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, as he's all aware, like using the resource now, that means you may not be able to have as many resources that you could use later. That's the glory.
I didn't
balancing.
roll to regain the charge that I used in the
Isn't that only a long rest though?
Well,
in
she's
the
saying you need
in
to-
the like way back when
Oh,
way
right,
back
right.
when like
Yep.
a week ago.
So you
Yeah.
would have rolled multiple times to try and regain.
Right. So I have
So
I now have used one of 4 charges to create this one.
is it one per shot or one per use?
It is 1 charge from the staff to create 2 linked teleportation portals.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And then I can expend a charge to relocate them.
That's okay. So, as you hop from one side to the other, you are now at the facing of what looks like, best you can tell, what looks almost like some sort of ancient temple. On the opposite side of where their staff landed, you are right next to what looks like this. What I describe it as a temple because it's a large stone structure of carved stone. So it is built directly into the cliff face and has this kind of almost ominous presence, but also the fine detailed craftsmanship that has stood the test of time even to this point, where you can see these steps that lead up to the front, but are in a very specific space. Not very welcoming, as it's only strictly in the center, and it's about a grand for Minotaur, not quite as uncumbersome, but for the not quite as vertically gifted individuals amongst the group. It's a 5-foot step up, or a 5-foot gap up from where dirt is, like earth floor, to the top floor, the floor of this space. Yes,
Mhm.
the steps kind of lead up to that. Think like the front porch, where if we didn't have steps, you'd be like,
Damn.
"Can't get up there, man."
You gotta climb up these damn
Right.
things?
I'll jump up there.
Versus the steps that exist beyond it, which is a very specific. And there's no railing or guarding, so it's really just to kind of make things inconvenient. put it all in.
Would you like a ride?
The steps, though, are not far. They're just around the corner.
Oh, okay. Well,
'Cause there are still
okay.
steps. So do you walk up the steps?
We fly.
As you pop up and you look upon this space, as you now look towards the actual mountainside, cliffside, there is this kind of what looks like an entryway that moves into the mountain face itself. And as you look, there are 4 pillars on each side supporting this structure. And you see what looked like probably was the space for 2 massive stone doors, or potentially steel doors that occupy the space. However, you do not see them. It is just a doorway.
Just doorway.
And this stretches up probably close to 15, 20 feet where these doors were. Or likely were. But it is just a complete open doorway. And they would have been probably, each door would have been 10. So it's like basically 20 by 20 square. That is just. And it has that worked stone facade to the walls, where you can see 2 images that are particularly identifiable, that are repeating, kind of spaced out in these carvings. One's of snakes, one's of spiders.
You said, oh, it's gotta be spiders.
As you walk up,
I don't like it.
and look into this kind of unknown space. It's a dark cavern that stretches pretty far beyond. Hear the wind whispering this ever-present kind of creepy effect. Tell you what, at that point we're gonna call it, because I had a long day, and I know a couple of you guys did too. So we'll leave it there, and we'll pick up next week as you guys enter into the lair. Medusias?
Question mark?
Question mark? Question mark, Pink? No.
We love creepy entrances. Yay!
And we'll get into the description of everything that you find out.
Okay.
Walking up to that precipice, I'll give you this as the last teaser. You see both of these giant stone doors that probably occupied the doorway that you were walking into, completely knocked into the ground, embedding into the floors, with 2 very heavy impact craters that they kind of almost formed into the ground.
Oh.
Right.
They were,
Inside.
like it was
space.
like they were beat down
Are there any
from the
blast
outside.
marks, or is it just all like forms?
Tell you what, we'll get that in the next session. With an investigation check at the top of the order, that will
Need
prepare
some
nicely
boom
for
marks.
it.
We need some bone marks.
Oh, for sure. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Would you in my room?
Medusias was here now. But we'll have to find her.
Investigation check at the top of
Somehow.
the next game to see what we say. All caps. I'm yelling at
All
myself.
caps.
All right.
All right.
Well, with that, we'll go ahead and call the session. We'll be back next week for everyone's enjoyment. Hopefully your own as well, as you begin to descend into the lair and find the mysteries that lie
I'm
within.
nervous. I'm nervous.
But we thank you all for tuning into our show. And with that, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. And we will see you next week as the adventure continues with the Moonstone Guard.
My mom never loved me.
So, everyone have a good night. See you next week.